So.
Okay, you're on now. Matt, it's sun's out, guns out, buddy?
Arm kettlebell.
Hey guys, can you hear me? I think I heard someone in there. Sorry, I'm a minute or two late here. I literally just ran in from my run. It is really, really hot and sweaty out here. But really nice. Oh, yeah. I think I can hear it again. There. There we go. Now I can hear and see you guys. Huh. All right. I think we have Facebook Live going too. Super, super important. Hey, Purdy, how you doing?
Hey, good. How are you?
I am really sweaty and I've got like sunscreen like going into my eyes. And so, yeah, it's, I got a lot going on, but you know, I had a nice run. I live right below the zoo. And so there's actually an open space behind the zoo. It's just gorgeous and really hilly. It's relatively small, but there's hardly ever anyone up there. And so I took Murph for a little off-leash trail running experience.
Boy, I'm sure your dog
And
loved
he did.
that.
Oh my God, he loved it. He was bounding all over the place and panting heavily and he's much better off leash than on leash, because at the gym I've always had him off leash. He's just not that used to being tethered. And so I've run through the neighborhood with him on leash and almost broke my neck about 1,000 times because he just runs under your feet. But off leash, he was perfect. Just like sometimes a little bit ahead, sometimes a little bit behind, and he didn't run off after any other dogs. And yeah, and it's really hot out and lovely, and it feels like summertime. And I got my tank top on, sun's out, guns out, feeling good.
Exactly. I'm going to need some maybe adjustments for the wall balls and pull-ups.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm sure, I don't know if Galen shared with you the email,
Yes.
but in that I do the little summary each day. I try to include some modifications. Your wall ball, let me go ahead and start getting all the equipment out. Your wall ball is a front squat to a toss overhead. So we certainly want to keep this kind of a movement pattern going. So we've got our ball, and we want to squat and use our legs to throw every time, right? But if we don't have a ball, we need to modify. The easiest way to do that is just to get a couple of light dumbbells or kettlebells, and we're going to hold them in that same position, that front rack position, and squat and extend and squat and extend. Those are our thrusters. Okay? They're an identical movement pattern. The wall ball becomes more difficult because it's dynamic. You're throwing, you've got some hand-eye coordination there, and the ball always descends at the exact same pace, just gravity. So you have this ball doing what it wants to do as opposed to you controlling the downstroke. Makes it a lot harder. Just a couple of wall balls and I'm out of breath. Also, I literally ran in the door. Pull-ups. Obviously, you guys have a pull-up station there for Galen. If we want to modify a pull-up, if we have a lower station, we can't do a full pull-up, we can do a jumping pull-up, all right? But if not, we want to do a bent over row. And so we want to have our same dumbbells, and we want to be pulling towards our body. When we think about our movement patterns, if we're not sure about what to do because we don't have the right equipment, always try to essentially mimic the movement as close as possible, how your body would look if you were, I always like to think of like a motion capture suit when they have like superhero movies, and there's like, you see the actual footage and it's some asshole in like a gray suit with dots all over it. And then you watch the movie and it's the Hulk, all right? All they're doing is they're identifying where all the joints are and where they're moving in space. So here's our wall ball, same thing as our thruster, right? Our pull-up overhead, we're pulling towards our body, right? The force is being exerted by bringing our hand close to our face. So, I mean, really perfectly would be hanging upside down doing something like that. Let's not let the blood rush to our heads, and let's get as close as we can and do a pull of an object to our chest, right? That's a nice way to do it. Whenever you're doing anything where you're hinged, though, I really want you to make sure you're keeping your back flat. You did a great job on this with the snatches the other day, all right? You were doing really well keeping that back nice and flat. It would look like this as opposed to being here, rounding our back. And we round our back when we're tired, all right? But we want to keep those shoulder blades pulled back, chest nice and proud, and protect that low back from any sort of strain. So today's workout for part A is a decent bit of volume. Okay, we're doing 5 rounds of 20 wall balls and 12 pull-ups. So you're going to end up doing 100 wall balls. Oh, excuse me. Oh, we got one more. We got the single arm overhead carry. So kettlebell or dumbbell works, doesn't really matter. And we're just overhead going for a little walk with our object, okay? So those 3 movements, right? And you pick whatever load you've got available to you. So 100 wall balls, 60 pull-ups, and 500 meters of carry. Now, if you don't really have the area to march around or 100 meters. You can modify this to something like a mountain climber again, or you can do some double unders, any sort of monostructural thing. But remember, we're trying to do some sort of like, not fast, because we're only walking with a heavy weight. We're trying to maintain some midline, or we're trying to be under some load to have an object. So let's try to do something like that. Maybe some overhead lunges, all right? Or we can just, if we have to stay in place, we can do back lunges. That's fine too. That might be a good way to challenge it, okay? Just get creative on that, right? But something a little bit tougher than just jumping jacks, something a little tougher than just mountain climbers. Those are pretty much, those would be modifying an unloaded monostructural movement, okay? So good amount of volume here for part one. So we should get started so that we have enough time for part two, which is also a lot of volume. Today is a big volume day. And for part two, if we don't get through all of it, so be it. Right? I'm going to give you 20 minutes for this part. That's going to give us just enough time, I think. Yeah, that'll give us enough time to reset for part two. So 20-minute time cap, 5 rounds for time, 20 wall balls, 12 pull-ups, and 100 meters of a heavy single kettlebell overhead carry. Okay? Questions, Purvi? I know I went fast this time. I just want to get you started.
For the single arm kettlebell carry, it's per arm in a row, or you do one arm and then you do the whole thing over with the other arm?
You mix and match your arms however you like, all right? I've got about 60 feet in my backyard, so when I did the overhead carries last time, I would go down one direction with my one arm, and then I would switch and I'd go the other arm. I would just do a segment like that until I had accumulated the right distance. However you want to mix it up. Try to go with your offhand too. It's a lot harder.
Thanks.
Okay. 20 minutes of a time cap. Come on, come on. Got it. All right. Everyone's muted. Beauteous. Let's party. Starting in 10 seconds, kids. Good job getting ready fast today. Here we go. Starting in 3, 2, 1, go. Nice deep squats, everybody. Very nice. Nice, Purdy. I can sort of see you, and that looks fantastic from what I can see. Nice job, guys. First round, just sub 3 minutes for you guys. Very, very good. Nice job, Perry. I see you walking around in the background there. Very, very good. Keep on moving. We're just shy of 5 minutes in. Nice work, guys. Coming up on 7 minutes here. Excellent work, guys. You're moving really nicely, coming up on the 9-minute mark. All right, you're 10 minutes in. This last round's going to suck. You can do it. Looks like we're hitting that last round here, guys. 13.5 minutes in. Keeping that solid 3-minute per round pace. Really good. See if you can finish in 15. Yeah, Galen, that's how wall balls are supposed to feel. Good job, guys. 15.5 minutes. Finish that carry. Looks like that's the last round for you. Nice job, guys. Hervey, you done? Nice. Good job. Good job. Catch your breath. How'd that feel, Zenith?
That was hard. I only did 8 pull-ups.
Yeah. 8 pull-ups. Yeah, that's perfectly good modification there. Yeah, and you're doing, strict dead hang, so that's tough. No kipping on that door frame, huh?
Yeah, and I have not been practicing strict pull-ups enough for having a bar thing.
Yeah. Yeah, doing that little extra suffering is great. Suffering / skill development, however you want to phrase it.
Yeah.
How you feeling there, Hervey? Were those pretty good? What were you doing mountain climbers down there? I couldn't
No.
see. You just kind of ducked out of frame.
Has been since yesterday.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I don't know what I did exactly.
Well, we were doing those one-arm snatches the other day. So you may have gotten, like, when you're loaded on one side and you're doing that snatch, whether it's right or left, however you are compensating, that's when we usually see something like only on one side is when you're using just one hand.
Yeah.
That's the danger of not having the barbell and using an odd object or a single object, is that all that stability stuff that's all through here, all that gets challenged. So it's good that you're working today, that you're moving today, and that it's like sore, but not like
No, it's not
fucked up. For
like
like, good. Then what that probably also meant, maybe you were a little imbalanced and compensating in a funky way, like had a funky movement pattern. I didn't see anything the other day when you're moving, but it only takes one. But maybe you had a relative weakness on that side, and that side's just more sore. That could be part of it. When we're talking about the fundamental movement patterns that we're doing here, we always break it down to 4 things. So we've got our squats, pretty self-explanatory, our hip hinges, which is our kettlebell swings, our snatches like we were doing, deadlifts, cleans, that kind of stuff. We've got pushing and pulling, vertical and horizontal. And then the last one that we're always doing is midline stability. And we're not just about like sexy six packs, although that's nice too. But what we want is not just your mid abdominals, but you want these transverse abdominals, everything that's underneath here, all these obliques and everything, and even your spinal erectors, which are these 2 muscles right here. We want all that stuff strong. And so it's great. I'm sorry if it's sore, but like, not sorry, because that means it's getting a little bit stronger. And that's exactly what we want. All of this strong. Not just the sexy six-pack, which is nice too. Nobody's like, no, I don't want my six-pack anymore, except for Chris. Fuck that guy. He's like, I know. He's like, I've had a six-pack my whole life. Me. Like, poor dude. It's all right. He weighs about 170 pounds soaking wet. So I can tease him all I want. He's like, I'm putting on weight finally during the quarantine. I'm like, yeah, we all are. Yeah, right. Hence my sweaty hot run on the hills, trying to burn it off. All right, guys, part 2. We need to jump in so that we have enough time, because this is going to take some time as well. This is all body weight movement, so you can put your dumbbells and kettlebells down. We are doing 10 of everything. 10 rounds, starting off with 10 burpees. Okay, straightforward. Then we are doing 10 V-ups. A reminder on our V-ups is that we are laying flat on our backs, totally extended, toes pointed, fingers pointed, and we are lifting our shoulders and our hips off the ground, trying to keep those knees straight. We don't want to do a sort of thing here. We're not really getting anything. We want our hands and feet to meet up at the top like we're the letter V. If that's too hard, a sit-up is perfectly fine. Then you're going to hop up and you're going to give me 10 air squats each time. Really get those arms swinging, knees tracking out over the pinky toes. Good deep squats there. And then another 100-meter run. So whatever you were just doing for your overhead carries, that distance, probably fine. Now we're going unweighted. This is where you could do your mountain climbers if you're crunched for space. That's perfectly fine. A 100-meter run should take you, what, 20, 30 seconds? So let's do 20, 30 seconds of mountain climbers, whatever that sort of equates to. Okay, 10 rounds, 10 burpees, 10 V-ups, 10 air squats, 100-meter run. All right, good old-fashioned cardio. Let's sweat. Let's get that heart rate up, and let's take the remaining 25 minutes. You guys bought yourselves 5 minutes of cushion time to complete this.
Hey, what's the length of time for 100-meter run? 30 seconds?
20 to 30 seconds, you know, whatever. I mean, some people are a little faster runners. Usain Bolt, 10 seconds, less than 10 seconds for a 100-meter run. You are not him.
Yes.
I always like to pace off of, I like to pace it off of an 8-minute mile. All right, that's a pretty good, decent clip that most people can run. It's like, obviously some people are faster and slower, but if you're running an 8-minute mile, that's going to be a 4-minute 400 or 4-minute 800, a 2-minute 200. So like a 30 seconds to 1 minute 100.
Yeah.
Somewhere in there.
Cool.
Did I do that math right, or did I skip a stage?
Okay.
I don't know. I don't do math.
Close enough.
I have to write shit down. I was an English major. Fuck it.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
I'll write you. While you guys are working out, I'll write you a sonnet about it. We'll have it in iambic pentameter. It'll be great.
Oh, dude, have you been following Patrick Stewart's sonnet of the day?
No, but I am now.
Yeah, it's he does it on Facebook every day. He reads a sonnet.
I was never that into Star Trek and I mean, Patrick Stewart's accomplished beyond, like, I liked him in Dune way back. But the recent Picard, the CBS series, was so good that I'm like, I fucking love this guy. He's just like classically good at everything and does sci-fi stuff. He does, I don't know, he's just great. So I'm going to start following the sonnet of the day. Thank you for that.
Great.
I need a little more culture in my life. I read too many comments from weightlifters. I need to like read some smart people shit. All right. Everyone looks muted. Plenty of time to finish this, guys. I'm giving you 25 total minutes. We are starting. Oh, it looks like, does Zena have a guest worker outer or just a spectator? All right. 3, 2, 1. Whatever it is, let's get moving, guys. Guest worker outer is welcome to worker out with us. Get in there. Get a free workout. Why not? Good stuff, guys. Good stuff. Into that cardio effort. Just shy of, there's 2 minutes right there. So right off the bat, you know you're looking at least 20 minutes here. Good thing we've got 25 minutes to finish this. Keep up your pace. So if you're comfortable at the pace that you're at right now, sort of conversational, you can talk to someone in the room and not, gasp for air, get a few words out, then you're on track. You're at a good perceived rate of exertion. Here we are at 2.5 minutes, so that is 1/10 of the way through. See if you're into that round 2. Good job, guys. Looking strong, guys. Getting close to our 5-minute mark. Hopefully we are 2-ish rounds in. Good work, guys. A little over 6 minutes in. Nice deep squats. I like those V-up scalings. Good. Trying to get those shoulders off the ground too. Really reach up. All right, guys, 10 minutes in. Ideally, we're somewhere near that halfway point, maybe almost to that halfway point, round 4, maybe round 5. Got 15 more minutes of work ahead of us at the most. Very nice, guys. 13 minutes in. All right, guys, we're about to hit 15 minutes, 10 minutes to go. Nice work, everybody. Looks like we should be getting towards our last or maybe next last round. Very, very good. Coming up on the All right, 20 minutes in, guys. There is 20 minutes. We've got 5 more minutes left at the most. Good job, guys. 21 minutes. All right, guys, 23 minutes. That means you've got a 2-minute warning right now. 2 more minutes to finish this up. If you've got that last round, you could finish it, but you're going to have to hustle. All right? Oh, that looks like Galen's all done. Fantastic. Your shirt flew off, too. Oh, no. He's
8
peeping
rounds.
out. It's 1 o'clock.
Yeah, 8 rounds.
All right.
There you go. Thanks, man.
8 rounds. All right, take care, brother. All right, Dina, it's up to you. You got about 90 seconds left to finish this up. Oh, was that your last round? Perfect. Oh, well done. Very nice. Huff, huff, burger. Oh, it's Alex too.
Yeah, that was
Good work.
40.
I'm sorry, say that again?
What was the time? Where's the time now? And I'll backtrack. I remember it was 40 seconds, but I don't remember what the minute was.
It was 23:40, 23 minutes and 40 seconds. Yeah. You're missing some good floofing over here.
I see.
Happy, sunny dogs,
Yeah.
all attacking their big brother. Their super patient old man, big brother. Yesterday I did a whole bunch of like admin work sitting out under our little shade sail, and I had all the dogs sleeping in the shade in little cool spots in the grass and on the couches with me. It was like just doggy heaven.
Oh, yeah.
Here's our little bundles of floof over here. Hey, Jax.
Oh,
Hey,
okay.
Jax. Come say hi.
He's busy. He's got dog
We have. He does. We have a leaky faucet over there, like a little external faucet that the previous homeowner did, and it's like totally leaking. I tried to fix it, and it just totally fucked out. I think you were here when I was trying to fix it that day. And so now there's like a hole that's still slowly leaking, so it's like perfectly clear water, like a swimming pool, but mud on the bottom, like clay. And so the dogs are really enjoying getting their paws in that and then going straight inside the house and putting those wet, muddy paws on our bedspread, which makes my wife super happy. So, you know, dogs and homes.
Great life.
I didn't blame anything on you. I said it makes you unhappy when Fran's muddy paws get on our bedspread. It's a reasonable thing. Anyway. Good work today. 2 big pieces of volume.
Yeah, thank you for having workouts at noon, because around 10 a.m. this ambiguous anxiety and depression starts kicking in, and then it's like, oh, I'm too busy doing burpees to feel sad. Great.
You know, when you have no schedule, those things can creep in, right? And then when it's like, no, I don't have time to like be in my feelings, I've got to go do a thing, then you kind of like, you get through. Maybe it's not dealing with your anxieties, but it's at least managing. You know, I don't know if my therapist would approve, but fuck it. You know, I got other things to worry about. So that's why we all keep busy during this stuff. And thank you for taking the survey. I saw that you had some feedback in there. So wonderful, wonderful. We're looking at all the options. I actually have a layout for in-gym 10 people if we can reopen inside. I also have a layout figured out for socially distanced workouts in our parking lot.
Oh.
So we can have 10 people.
Yeah.
It's all my parking lot. And so, yes, we wouldn't have parking, but frankly, I'd be willing to, well, we'd have to take the mats from inside to outside. So I would open up the roll-up door and be like, park inside. I don't care.
Oh, yeah.
We can't be in both places at once, so, because we don't have enough mats, but why not? Oh, like, I'll do that. So we'll get.
This is closed. You have so much street parking anyway, it wouldn't matter. You could have everybody just figured out. Well,
Yes, except that we're so residential that I bet a lot of people's cars are parked there kind of indefinitely. So either way, it's a problem that we can solve. That's a high class one. But yeah, I'm really positive about what we can do for some form of reopening, even if it's in stages. So anyway.
Yeah, and then
I'll let you get back to your day.
Yeah, we've been talking about when things open up, how to do it, because we're worried about the initial surge of cases that'll happen right afterwards. So it might be, even if the gym opens up and I do want to go back, I might wait 2 weeks until after it opens and then come back. So don't freak out if it happens.
Yeah, and that's why I asked the question the way I did. If we were reopened on this date, how would you feel? And so as we get more guidance this week as to like what really we're able to do, then I will re-ask the question of everybody and just be like, okay, now, like, should I expect you on such and such a date? A lot of people's suggestions were things that we were already thinking about, like making sure you reserve for a class and capping it strictly, which we can absolutely do. And then if we do that and we have at least I don't know, maybe like a 6-hour advance notice, then I can actually go in and lay out your equipment in each grid, and I can assign you a spot with your barbell and estimated plate. Like literally, we're looking, a lot of us in the industry are looking to like Orange Theory and Barry's Boot Camp and Soul Cycle for like how they do this kind of stuff. And then of course, buffers in between classes to disinfect. What's the best way to disinfect? Chemicals or ultraviolet light. Like there's all, I mean, trust me, there are a bazillion answers to all of these questions. We just have to find the right one for us that makes me feel safe, that what we're providing is safe, and makes you guys feel safe. And that's including face masks. Lily, actually, I was hoping to see her today in class because she had a really good point. She's like, it's a relatively enclosed space. We're huffing and puffing. Particles are going to be flying. Is this a good idea? And that's a totally relevant question. And is a face mask or some sort of covering a good idea, a requirement? Again, we've just got to see how this all goes. So,
yeah, because face masks are being required, and I wanted a face mask that Alex could put on independently without, like, some of the ones they like need ties and weird crazy shit.
Yeah.
What I ended up doing for him, but I actually think might work well for a gym, is a cutout t-shirt. Like there's no sewing involved, it's just cut holes.
A tube.
And because that's just t-shirt material, it's really soft. It's not a great protection, like it's not the right cloth, but it's okay if it sweats, in the wash. Like as far as like adequate cutting corners measures, that might be what I do when I go back to the gym.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all for like anything that's creative. Like maybe we get like a bunch of cheap t-shirts and we have a sewing party. Like if you get a large t-shirt with like a sleeve, you cut off the sleeve, that can fit over someone's head. That could be a perfectly good, quick face covering, just like you use your sock for your arm. I've seen, I like the idea of the tube style, sort of like balaclava, like thing to work out for, like for if I'm going to be moving a lot. Like one of those N95 masks actually doesn't even work for me because of the beard. So like that's just irrelevant as I figured out. I don't like the tie ones. I don't think I would like the ones that just loop over your ears, but I haven't really tried one. So we're just doing a little bit of everything to see. And I just want to try all this stuff. And I'm talking to a lot of other gym owners to see like, what have you tried and what works? I think that the long and short of it is we've got to be really safe and as cautious as possible, which we will be. But also we have to bear in mind that even the most vulnerable of us are not the most vulnerable of us. Those of us who are coming into the gym are probably have that buffer of health and we're okay. But of course, we all know that we can transmit it to other people who are more vulnerable in our little bubbles. So we just got to be careful, and everyone's going to have to make their own individual decisions on this. I'm ready to open. If it was just me, I'd be like, yeah, that's it. If it was a room, if we had a bunch of mats, I'd be like, yeah, I mean, let's go. But that's not who we are. So I will listen. I will absorb. We'll take the best advice from everybody. Could you imagine a gym full of me's? Oh,
actually,
God, I wouldn't even go to that gym.
A gym full of yous would be a lot of talking. You need a few more people who listen. But other than that, actually, one of the main reasons like whatever you're researching, whatever you're doing, I trust you because I also see you change your mind. It's like I know you won't get locked in. Like this is the best. Some people get locked into an idea and then shut everything out. And I know like as things change, you will know like, oh hey, here's a better thing. Let's do that.
And I fully reserve the right to say like I've got the most important person in my life right here. You guys are great, but I would much rather keep her alive than keep you working out. So if we gotta pull the ripcord and just be like, nope, we're not opening because I'm not ready, then that's what's going to happen, and we'll do that. So yeah,
I understand that bit.
But keep the feedback coming. Yeah, well, yeah, I'm preaching to the choir here. I know. You don't have to worry about that. All right, dude. Keep the suggestions coming.
All right.
Always a good chat. Hi to Alex.
Yeah,
have a good one.
What's up?
All right. See you guys.